All right. Well, I've been seeing all this Clawdbot stuff online, and I just set it up on my Mac Mini, and it's amazing. Um, it is, in my opinion, worth the hype. It just has so much potential. So I just want to do a quick video, kind of going through what I did so far. And it's funny because I have been wanting to make more content, and like, um, my biggest friction has been setting up a way to record easily and quickly. And I just asked right here. I installed Claude, but I'll get to how it installs in a minute. But it's his name's Tersono, um, and basically he has its own WhatsApp. And so I was chatting with Tersono, and then I said, well, I recorded a voice thing here, um, that basically said, I really want to share how I'm doing all this stuff, but I don't even know where to start in terms of how to easily record it and have it ready and looking clean without having to do a bunch of editing and stuff. And all I have is my laptop, and I have my iPhone, and I have a mic. I do have a good mic, at least. At least I think it sounds well. Let me know in the comments if it sounds shitty. Um, but basically, yeah, I said all that in a voice note in WhatsApp from my phone, and then it responded. Okay, you have the hardware. Check out these apps, and I checked out Screen Studio, and that's what I'm using right now. It's fantastic. Um, they let you. I'm using it right now for free, and I think the only thing I need to do, or the only reason I'm going to pay for it now, if it turns out to be worth uploading, is you can't export it until you pay for it. And I think it's going to be worth it. I mean, because I did some test runs and it looks fantastic. It's not an ad for for Screen Studio, but yeah, it's pretty good. And so it said that I said yes. Would you want to ask a Tad and things? So I use Things 3, um, on my phone just to keep track of to dos, and I was able to generate a token in Things in the settings and give it to Clawdbot, and now Clawdbot can access my things. It can do, and it could make new ones. It could edit them. It could delete them. It could check them off. So it added, um, a task in my things to set up a low friction recording workflow, which is which is what got me here recording this in the first place. Um, so yeah, it's really cool. I mean, it's as simple as running this curl command. There's actually a macOS app. I haven't tried it yet, so I'm going to download that probably and give it a try. But there's all these different ways you can install it. I just did the curl install, um, and once you uh, once you once you install it, you'll have to it'll go through an onboarding process, and you can just do the default to get through it quickly, and yeah, and then it's you just have to connect it to one of these things. If I did WhatsApp because I had an extra phone number, so I actually gave it its own phone number. Um, but I think the easiest way is probably giving it a Telegram. Um, but yeah, you can give it iMessage. I set up iMessage. I haven't used it yet. I'm just using WhatsApp. The coolest thing that I've set up, um, and it's funny because it Tersono, I had asked previously, is like, what's a what's an easy way for me to be able to push the action button on my phone and just record my voice, and then it sends that to you automatically. And it was basically telling me, go to shortcuts. I did. Let me open shortcuts real quick. I did a shortcut, and it's very simple. It's just dictate text, send the dictated text to Tersono. That's it. And then you go into um, settings, and you go to action button, and then you just make that action button do the shortcut. That's it. So now, like, let's see if it'll show up here. Hey, Trisono, I'm showing some people how you can use WhatsApp. Can you just respond to this saying some things that you can do? And then when I hit stop, it stops and it sends. My phone doesn't even have to be unlocked. And right there, you can see right here. Hey, it's Trisono. I'm showing da. So my message came through here, and now he's responding. Task management, notes, research, read more. And so I also have Obsidian on my computer that it's running on, and so when I ask questions about my Obsidian, like I can ask a question and it can access it because it's they're just markdown files. So let's see. I don't know. What can I ask it? Can you show them something that has to do with my Obsidian notes to show that you can access them? I should probably have said I'm recording right now. So we'll see what the response even is. Yeah, active projects, Clawdbot, my daily automation setup. Although now this has kind of turned into the Clawdbot project. I have to digitize some old tapes. I have some consulting projects. I have a few iOS apps, and earlier today wrote some App Store copy. Yeah, so one of these for this app here, I needed some copy. So there, yeah. The cool and I can be away from my computer and tell it to do these things. So I'm excited to mess around with it some more and just like make a better, more planned out video. I just wanted to get something out to show you guys what this thing can do. The coolest part about Clawdbot is that it's open source, and if you go to Claude Hub, I think. Let's see, Claude Hub. Yes, these are skills that other people have made already. So instead of having, I could ask Clawdbot to make some skills to do things that it can't do yet, but people have already made a bunch that you can just come here and then search for them and basically install them. So there's so much potential with this. This is really going to be like a turning point in automation with AI. I feel like this is getting closer to what we really want, which is like we want AI agents that could have more agency to do things without us having to ask everything all the time. And I think this is going to be one of the apps that let us do that essentially. These are all, and also I'm using Claude, but you can connect a bunch of different models. Another cool thing that I'm thinking about is it worth getting a like a Apple Mac Studio and maxing that out and then having a local model run instead of having to use an API key. I haven't really seen, I'm curious to see after I start using this on a daily basis how much it's going to cost, especially if I'm using, Anthropic's API is not the cheapest. So I'm going to probably experiment with different ones. But, if we get an M3 Ultra with 512 gigs of memory, it's like $9,500. But, depending on how much it costs to run models through an API key, if you really want to run a bunch of stuff constantly, having it locally run on a Mac Studio, even though it's an expensive upfront cost, maybe it's worth it. I don't know. We'll see. Also, maybe the M5 is coming out with an Ultra. That'd be nice to see. If they're going to get any other crazy bigger memory options. Well, maybe not, considering there's a memory shortage right now. So maybe it's get the 512 gig Mac Studio while you still can, at least for 9500. Well, yeah, if there's anything that you guys want to know, just leave a comment. I'm just gonna keep playing with this. I'm gonna keep adding more skills, and yeah, I look forward to making another one of these, and a little more polished. Hopefully, this is my first one. So yeah, all right, later.